Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. So, today, we're going to be breaking down. Dane Brugler did an all 32 team. He tried to predict the entire draft, NFL drafts, yesterday. And he did a Dallas mock. But the picks are not accurate because, and I guess you can say to an extent, picks have been traded away and stuff like that. But, you say you're the man, in a way you should be following what teams have traded picks away and stuff like that. But whatever. It's amends. I like our third day's picks better than out of our first three picks. Out of round 1, 2, and 3, I'm only a fan of one pick, and then we go a long way. And then I like 3, 4 picks on day 3. But some of these day 3 picks, I don't even think the players are going to be there at that point, and we don't even have those picks. So it is what it is. At 12, this is not me. This is, like I said, this is Dane Brugler, the guy that's supposed to be the man at drafting. And granted, I will give him his breakdowns are tremendous. The information he puts out on these kids, he goes back to high school. End of the day, he never played football. He never coached football. That's not a dig. That's the truth, bro. If I say you have blonde hair or you're a brunette or whatever, is that a dig? No, that's just saying the truth. I'm not putting him down on it. I said the information he puts out is phenomenal, but he's not God. So at 12, he has Dallas taking Matthew Golden, wide receiver, University of Texas. 6 foot, 195. 58 catches for 987 yards and 9 TDs. Basically, in my opinion, he is not a complete wide receiver at all. He's a one-trick pony speedster. And if you look at his 3 years at playing ball, it kind of shows it. So I'm not sure why. Let's just say it wouldn't be my pick at 12. Pick 44. I love this pick. Ohio State running back, Quishon Judkins. 6 foot, 220. He's coming off a down year, only 1,060 yards and 14 touchdowns for Ohio State. Now, in 2023 and 2022, he was at Ole Miss. Ironically, his best season was 2022, but he went off at Ole Miss and then transferred to Ohio State. In my opinion, Quishon Judkins is one of the few 3-down running backs in this draft. I like that pick. But I'm going to be honest too, man. I'm just being serious. It's hard to grade someone else's draft when you don't have the board, when you don't see what they had to work with. There's another guy out there. He has a successful draft channel. And the majority, what he does is he just grades everyone else's drafts. And I get it. But it's kind of hard when you don't know what he's picking against. What he's picking one player for and not the other. Pick 76. Swing back to the Lone Star State of Texas. He picks Shamar Turner, defensive tackle, Texas A&M. 6'4", 300 pounds. The wrong Shamar he took. Shamar Stewart. It should have been possibly in round 1. But Shamar Turner, 6'4", 300 pounds, nothing special. But my main, what I would think is, why would we be drafting another 3-tech in round 3 when we just overpaid and gave Osa Odighizuwa $100 million to play 3-tech? Uncensored Cowboy, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. So Shamar Turner, a 3-tech at 76, does not make sense to me. That's just me. Now we go a long stretch of no picks. Thank you, Jerry, or Stephen, Will McClay. Stephen and Will McClay. Jerry, today's what, Thursday? So he's probably eating what's he drinking? What's he eating today? Today's probably mint chocolate chip, because Jerry knows the days of the week by the color of the ice cream he gets. So today it's green. He's getting mint chocolate chip, which is an underrated ice cream. So now, because the Jonathan Mingo fiasco, we got to wait, which is going to kill us, bro, seeing all the talent fly off the board. And at pick 149, Corey Black, cornerback, Oklahoma. Just my 2 cents. I don't see anything. I don't see much with this kid. I don't. Ironically, his partner on the other side, Billy Bowman, who I put out in May, he's going like round 2, round 3. How ironic. I put him out there in May. Next pick I do like. And I gave you him. He's in my rankings. When I pick 174, edge from Syracuse, Fadil Diggs. You know, crazy, he's a Jersey kid. Great size. He's an edge. He has great size. 6'5", 260. Dallas fan, 1997. Boom. A lot of those mock drafts, not yours, but many honestly stuck by these experts. I hear what you're saying, but half of these experts never even played football. Half of these experts never even coached football. Would you want to go to a restaurant where the chef didn't at least go to a restaurant school? I mean, I take that back, because probably some of the best cooks out there never even went to restaurant school. So I take that back. But long story short, would you want your child coached by somebody that never even played a sport? That's like me showing up and I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to teach girls cheerleading. You'd be like, what the fuck is this dude doing here? So a lot of these experts, I don't see it, because when do they get their drafts broken down 3-4 years from now? So it is what it is. But this kid, Fadil Diggs, Syracuse, 6'5", 260, nice size, coming off an 8-sack season. And I gave you him. I like him. Do you know what bad? But I give you the good and the bad. Do you know what bad part? He's a 1-year wonder. Ironically, he's a Jersey kid. At 204, I love this pick. Cody Simon, linebacker, Ohio State. I've given you him. Honestly, I think he's my 7th or 8th ranked linebacker. All you got to do is look at him at Ohio State. The kid was a madman. He's coming off like a 7-sack season. Also, too, how ironically, he played football. Ironically another Jersey kid. But I like the Cody Simon pick a lot. Then we have another at 211 quarterback / safety, Jordan Hancock, Ohio State also. Not the biggest, but kind of like a 1-year wonder. But Ohio State's, which one is it? You know what it is? On day 3, I kind of like the positions he went, not so much the people, but I'm a fan more of day 3 than our first 3 picks. I really am. Next kid is another safety. Kenton Crawford, Nevada. He had a very good 2024. The rest of his years weren't that spectacular. He's 5'10", 5'11". He's not the biggest, you know what I'm trying to say? I mean, I don't know. 239. I like this pick. I don't think he's going to be there at 239, though. Hayden Connor, guard, University of Texas. 3-year starter, 6'6", 320. Let's be honest, bro. Dallas has to come out of this draft with at least one offensive lineman. At least one. Yo, now we have another pick. I love this pick. 247. Jack Nelson started 50 games at Wisconsin. I think it was like something. It was like I think 37 at left tackle and I think 13 at right tackle. It was something like that. And he's 6'7", 330. In my opinion, though, no way is Jack Nelson going to be there in round 7. No way. A Wisconsin offensive tackle that's 6'7", 330 with 50 starts to his credit is not going to be there in round 7. Dallas fan 1997. They have to hit in this draft or we're screwed. Yeah. We definitely are. But like I said, I like day 3. 12, no bueno. Matthew Golden. 44, Quishad Junkins. Absolutely. He is one of the few 3-down backs in this draft. 76, Shamar Turner. Another 3-tech when we have no 1-tech. That doesn't make sense at all. But listen, I get it. He's, just throwing it out, all 32 teams, stuff like that. But not a fan of that pick. Then we wait forever. Corey Black, Oklahoma. So it's like I said, I like Quishon Judkins. I like Fadil Diggs, edge, Syracuse. Love Cody Simon pick. Love the Hayden Connor pick, guard, Texas. Love the Jack Nelson pick. So out of these 10 picks, which I don't even think Dallas has 10 picks because we've traded picks away. Out of the mythical mock draft, this one, I like 5 out of the 10 picks. It means nothing. That's just only my 2 cents. But we need one tech. Caldwell would be I love Caldwell. I love Alfred Collins too. You brought in. Listen, but the crazy thing is though, if you go by past years, Dallas doesn't take a lot of their 30 visit. They use it as like they call it a red herring. Like, oh, we think Dallas is going to go this way, so teams will jump on them, and Dallas is taking players that never even spoke with. Because let's be honest, man, if you got 4 or 5, if you have 5, 6 years of tape on somebody, then their medicals, then whatever, and if you spoke with them, like if I'm running a team, I send one of my spies out to talk to them and trust their decision. If I'm running a team, the 30 guys I bring in, I don't draft them. I leak it out, and then I let all the other teams think I'm interested in them, and then let them go for them, and then I hope my guys are there. Last year, I know last year Tyler Guyton was a 30 visit. And he got ripped in his interview. I think one scout said, you're 6'8", you're 330, you got arms to the floor, you are 2 different colleges. Why'd you only start 13 games? Actually, 15 games. He started 13 games at offensive tackle, 2 games at tight end. But he only started 13 games. So he goes, you have all these, strengths. Why'd you only start 13 games? He goes, I was immature. Listen, listen, he could still turn out great, but to me, he's a right tackle. He's not a left tackle. But it is what it is. But me, honestly, I can't see taking Matthew Golden at 12. A better option? Let's be honest. He's a one-trick pony. He's a speedster. That's it. He's not running a full route tree. In my opinion, if you want to go wide receiver that bad, trade back a few picks. If Sanders is there at 12, take him. Listen, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't. We can do a lot worse at 12. And if that gets Dak off this team faster, I'm okay with Sanders at 12. I truly am. If that gets Dak off this team. But if you really want to think about it, and if you're truly set at wide receiver in round 1, you can move back. And I think Emeka Egbuka is a better fit as a wide receiver 2 on Dallas, playing opposite of CeeDee Lamb versus Matthew Golden. Emeka Egbuka can run a complete route tree. That's just my 2 cents. I like Egbuka. George, thank you for jumping in the chat. You going live tonight, 5th quarter? If 5th quarter jumps on tonight, I'll jump on with him always, man. I'll jump in with him any day of the week, bro. 5th quarter, he knows his shit. Good guy, bro. Good guy, real good guy. If he pops on tonight, I'll go in with him. Like I said, man, dropped a video earlier. Then this one is just me going down Dane Brugler's draft. But like I said, man, this is not a dig. He puts out the most information by far. He put out like 1,700 players this year. Legit. He does the draft 12 months out of the year. Because I put down 717, and there were days I was completely burnt out from watching football. But He's, he isn't God. And at the end of the day, he never played he never played football. He never coached football. If you were coming for an interview for a job, that would knock you down a little bit. But yet, this is today's world. He was a scout for the Green Bay Packers. It just shows you it's not what you know, it's who you know. But do I respect him? Absolutely. His breakdowns go back to the kids when they were in high school, man. So back in the day, when I was a kid, it was the Bible, they called it. Pro Football Weekly, but it was a guy, Joel Bushbaum. He passed away like 20 years ago. But back in the day, it was him. And it was a book that came out about 3 weeks. You were going to the I'm sorry, I'm old school. I like reading books and magazines, but no one does anymore. But you were going to like years ago, there were just stores, stationery stores, where you played your lottery and sold little magazines. You were going to the store every day, man, seeing if it came out. And they would have it right on the front counter. It's like $30, man. Are you a Yankees fan? Dallas fan 1997. I hate baseball. If I was to be a baseball fan, I probably would root for the Yankees. I don't know. I can't. I don't like baseball. Despise basketball. Hockey, not really. Hockey's fun in person. Soccer, I'd rather watch the grass grow. Football. Football, 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 boxing, MMA, wrestling. I know it's entertainment, but the injuries are still real. It's just predetermined. But wrestling, MMA, boxing, even though boxing's gone downhill, which is really sad. And just a football fanatic. So let's see. I have 2 more videos to put out, and then I might go back on live tonight. I'm not sure. But I was just quickly breaking down Dane Brugler's draft. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to give it a grade like when you were in school, it just bothers me. 12 and 76. I can't get that out of my mind. To bust at 12 and bust at 76. Love the players on day 3. Do I think they're going to be there? I don't think the 2 offensive linemen are going to be there. I don't. But I like the positions he went with. But also, too, why only 1 running back? Why only 1 running back? Why only 1 defensive tackle and no less a 3 tech? Those are the question marks. I'd give it a C plus, man. Savage, give me your thoughts on Caleb Johnson. I want the 49ers to draft him. He's a good fit for the outside zone. Listen, man, once again, Caleb Johnson, 6'1", 220. He went off for like 1,800 yards and 23 touchdowns in Iowa, who run a very conservative offense, but they had new coaches. They brought in a new coaching staff, and he blew up Caleb Johnson. In my opinion, Caleb Johnson is one of the few 3-down running backs in this draft. He's in my top 5, Caleb Johnson. He's a beast. But the problem is you would probably have to take him, George. You would, as for the 49ers, they're not going to take him at 11. No, they would have to hope he's on the board in round 2, and he might. It's crazy. I don't think Dane Brugler likes the Cowboys because he gave the Giants a crazy good draft. He gave the Redskins a good draft. He gave Philly a good draft. He gave Detroit Lions like an A+ draft. But Caleb Johnson, I don't know if he's going to be there round 2. You should be picking, I think, 43, George, in round 2. I don't think Caleb Johnson's going to be there. I also think the run on running backs is going to start in the late 20s, in my opinion. I think you're going to see the Redskins take a running back. That's just my opinion. Give me cash, Danny Savage. Jerry and Stephen better not mess this up trying to get cute. You know how they do it, Savage. Yeah. Listen, at this point, I think it's more Stephen Jones and Will McClay. Jerry Jones is just in the corner licking a lollipop. He's fucking clueless, bro. Come on, the guy's like 83, man. He'll be wearing a diaper soon. I'm sure they took his phone away from him. At this point, it's Stephen, in my opinion, because from the coaching hires, I don't think Jerry Jones had much to do with the coaching hires, because Jerry's crazy. We all know he's crazy. We can admit that. He would have went out and hired Primetime as head coach. 100% Jerry would have. But not Stephen and not Will McClay. Give me cash. Savage, I know Stefan wants to trade down. That's why I said don't get cute. You know what it is, man? They're kind of pigeonholed where they have to trade back, kind of, because we have no 4th-round pick. But, I'm going back. I want another 3 and another 4. What Dallas's game plan usually is they'll have 5 players in mind, and they'll look to trade back, and they'll say, okay, now, can we live with one of these 5? They'll all raise their hands. Yeah. Same happened last year with Tyler Guyton. I will bet money Tyler Guyton was number 5 on that list. So all our guys went, and the last one there was Tyler Guyton. And then we used that extra 3rd-round pick to take Marshawn Nealon. So I'm going to be honest, man. And I'm honest. I truly am. If there's a monster edge on the board at 12, I got a hard time trading back. I think Mikael Williams is a possibility at 12. Shamar Stewart has crazy measurables. And the one thing I do like about him is he only had 5 sacks, granted, is in 3 years. He had 1.5 sacks last year, but he did have 44 quarterback pressures. If you just throw him at defensive end and say, forget everything, just pin your ears back and go after the quarterback, he could be a monster. I would just hate a candidate if you want to trade back because is Jihad Campbell, because it's amazing though. But I'm gonna do a video on him in a few. He's a trade back candidate. I just don't want to trade back and we get burnt again. You know what I'm trying to say? But I think Steven's joking around talking about trading back. So I think, but you need 2 to tango too. But now what do? you're sitting there and a team calls you up, but they're like, yeah, come back 5 spots and will give you a 4th-round pick. Nah, fuck you. Excuse my language. I'm either looking for a second or a third. Especially if you're a team that's coming up for Sanders, Shador Sanders, I'm rickrolling you, bro. You better give me this year's 1 and 2, and I want next year's 1. It's real. It's called the quarterback tax. You coming up for a quarterback, you're getting they're throwing the tariffs on you. You're paying more, and it'll show how much you want him. But we'll see. Give me trade down so I don't get cute. George, do you think we can Tyler Warren at 11, Walter Nolan at 43? Listen, George, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Tyler Warren's one of my favorite players in this draft. He could have played 40 years ago. 6'6", 260. He's a game changer, bro. Game changer. The only thing I think you need to worry about if you want to Tyler Warren is the Jets, in my opinion. The Jets don't have a tight end, and I think if Tyler Warren can get past the Jets and you want him that bad, he'll be there at 11. He's a throwback player. I comp him to Jeremy Shockey, Gronkowski. He played quarterback. He played running back. He is a true game changer. And he would be a perfect fit for Purdy, because let's be honest, Purdy's not throwing, bombs down the field. Walter Nolan at 43, I think that might be a little bit of a wishful thinking. I don't think Walter Nolan is going to fall to 43. He's in my top 5. He actually is my number 1 3-tech, Walter Nolan, out of Ole Miss. I don't see him being there at 43, but you have to realize a lot of these teams can't draft. That's why every single season you see 10 general managers and 10 coaches getting fired. They can't draft. So is it possible Walter Nolan falls? It's possible. I don't see it, though. Give me cash. Savage, if a team comes up for a quarterback and the Cowboys better fleece the team. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the quarterback tax. As crazy as it sounds, we rickrolled the Detroit Lions for that 3rd-round pick. They came up for, I believe it was a corner from Bama, I think, or maybe Georgia. And, they traded up for the kid, and, bro, the kid was horrendous and barely played. And then all the Lion fans got mad. But we rickrolled them for that 3. And the kid they traded up. But it's only 1 year, and you can't. Listen, to be fair, on a class, it takes like I fool around, I give guys nicknames, stuff like that. But it truly takes like 3 to 4 years to properly grade a draft class. But you see, I'm gonna be honest with you. After Dallas at 12, I see Pittsburgh wanting Sanders, but I don't see Pittsburgh trading up. They're not a flashy team like that. They usually let the draft come to them. I'm shocked they traded for Mika Fitzpatrick. They're just not a flashy organization. Bro, the team's been around 100 years. They've only had 3 coaches. And Pittsburgh's a smart team. They're not going to allow they're not going to allow Dallas to fleece them. They won't. But Carolina's already saying they're looking at the They said, we're looking to trade back. And the fact that it's a below average draft, like somebody might want you to trade back like 10 spots and they're going to offer you like a 3 or a 4. No. 10 spots, 11, 12 spots. Nah, we're talking 12, and like you're going to have to throw something up. We're talking a second rounder and something else in my world. But so everything's different. Listen, I apologize if this video even went this long. Hope I answered everyone's questions, but got 2 more videos coming out because we all know when you rock with the GWO for life. I thank everyone for jumping in the chat.